Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Tiana, and if you don't know me, that means you're probably not subscribed to my channel. So if you want to go ahead and click that red button below before we get started, I would be eternally grateful for your help. And today I'm going to be talking about a kind of taboo topic. So I know people are like super freaked out by like periods and tampons, especially men, but it's just like a part of life, and I think it is becoming a little bit more of a comfortable topic that people talk about today. So I wanted to talk about the menstrual cup, and I know there's tons of videos out there about people's experiences with the menstrual cup and comparing it to different brands, etc. But I just wanted to talk about my experience personally, because it's definitely not the same for everyone, and some people love it, some people hate it, etc. Now, the reason why I got it in the first place is because I've kind of talked about this before. After I decided to transition into veganism, I really started thinking about every aspect of my life that I could kind of like improve, whether that be like mental health, physical health, or like for the environment, etc. So the first step was obviously going veganism, which helps me, the animals, the environment, etc. But I also just started thinking about, my waste in the world, how much plastic I was using, so I have a lot of reusable things now, and that kind of led to me trying the menstrual cup, because I know that tampons aren't exactly the best thing for our environment today, nor our body, and I do know there are some more natural brands out there that are like 100% cotton or something like that. I don't really know. I've never used them. So, I mean, I guess that is like one step better than just using the typical like Tampax Pearl, but I just decided to go with the cup because it is supposed to last a long time. It's supposed to be pretty good for your body, and literally you don't have to change it for hours, which is extremely nice when you like work full time. And there's no waste at all with it because you literally reuse it all the time. I guess until like you finally get a new one, then it's considered waste, but until then it's like the most waste-free option, I believe. So I also know there's a bunch of brands out there. Probably the most common one that you might have heard of is the Diva Cup. But honestly, I think they're all like basically the same. So I just ordered a brand on Amazon called, I have it up right here, the Athena Menstrual Cup, and it says in the title it's #1 recommended period cup and includes a bonus bag. And there was over 1,000 reviews. It has 4.5 stars, and it comes in 2 sizes. So stepping back for a second and just thinking about my period in general, because again, obviously everyone has different periods as well. I started at a normal age in like 8th grade or so. Only used pads for the longest time until I was in, I believe, high school. I was in Florida for a cheer competition, and everyone wanted to go swimming, and obviously you can't really swim with a pad hanging out of your crotch. So that's the first time I tried a tampon, and my body actually reacted terribly. So this may be TMI, but I literally only had the tampon in for like maybe 30 minutes, and I literally started to feel sick. And apparently my body just took it as a very foreign object that was inside of me and didn't react well. So I had to take it out, didn't get to swim, whatever, wasn't a big deal. Eventually I tried again, my body was fine, and I used them for years. And my periods have never been crazy heavy or anything like that. I've been on birth control for a really long time too, just the pill. I don't do like an IUD or a shot or anything like that. I've been taking literally the pill for years, since high school, and because I've been taking it so long, I don't really know what my period would be like without it. But right now my period only lasts a few days, and it's fairly light, and my cramps really aren't consistent. So sometimes I'll have really bad back cramps, like lower back, where it literally feels like I'm just like really sore or something, but I rarely have like excruciating stomach pain. So I am one of the lucky ones that doesn't have a bad period, and I really don't get affected in a bad way by birth control. But again, I wanted to try the menstrual cup just because it's supposed to be better for me, the environment, etc. I was just trying to make more conscious decisions in my life overall. So this Amazon one cost $15, which isn't bad considering a pack of tampons can range from like $5 to like $20 and last a few months. So when I did buy this, I actually still had a lot of tampons left that I wanted to go through. So I finished using my box of tampons first because I didn't want to just throw them all out. And then I started using this cup a few months ago. So it comes in this cute little bag. which I think is super handy because then if you're like traveling, which I have traveled on my period since using this, whenever your period like ends, instead of just like throwing it in your bag with everything else, it can be in this bag itself. So like I said before, I don't really have a super heavy period, so I wasn't concerned about like overflowing on this or anything. And they are supposed to last around like 12 hours, I believe they say you can wear it at a time. I don't know if this is weird that I'm literally showing you something that's been in my vajayjay. Like, this is so taboo and whatever, but I mean, I don't know. I'm sharing it with you because I don't think it's that gross. It's clean. I wear it once a month, but lots of women do this, and I just want to show you what it actually looks like. So this is how puny the thing is. And I believe I actually got the size 2, which is the bigger one, just because I did want to be able to wake up early, put it in, go to work, work out, eat dinner, etc., and then worry about it before bed. But I've never really like filled this to the top where it's overflowing. Now let's get to the good stuff. So if you don't like talking about this stuff and you think it's gross, I'm getting more into the details. But I feel like this is worth sharing because I really did struggle with using this at first, to be completely honest. So the first time that I used it, I had to Google how to use it because you can't just like stick this open thing up your vagina. Like, your vagina is closed. That doesn't work. So they recommend either like folding it like this, so then the top looks like this, or going like this, so you kind of create more of a point. So the first couple of times I thought it was going to be easier to go like this, and then you're supposed to put it in and then like twist it and it's supposed to open. So I struggled with just getting it in the first place. Like, it's not as easy as a tampon where it's just like skinny and plastic and smooth and just like slips right up there, to be honest. So it took me a while to get it in the first place, and then I really don't think it ever opened once it was up there. I was like trying to twist this, but it's not as easy as it sounds. It's not like you can just go like this like super easily. At least in my case it wasn't. And then sometimes when I was wearing it, I could like actually feel it, which is a very uncomfortable feeling. So I would like try to push it up higher to see if that would make a difference. And it would be like at an awkward angle. So if it was like kind of crooked like this, like you could feel this like scratchy part on the walls of your vajayjay, which is also obviously not comfortable. So yeah, I definitely struggled with getting it in and then opening it, or like trying to get it to open. I don't even know how you know if it's open until you take it out. So then when it was time to take it out, I also struggled with that because you're supposed to be able to pull on this, but I don't know if it's because of my nails. I usually have like my gel nails done, so they're kind of longer, and it wasn't easy to just grab onto this little thing and pull it out for me. I don't know if other people have struggled with that, if I'm just an idiot, but I was like trying to grab it with my nails to get it down to a good point where I could then grab the bottom and pull it out, but it was just like complicated. I don't know. For me, it was just like a struggle. And then I would get it out, and sometimes it would be a little bit bent like this, and TMI again, but there would literally be, you know, period blood like over here too. So I'm like, shoot, like literally it could have been so close to like leaking out and getting all over my pants. So I would say that the struggle kind of lasted for 3 whole periods. So 3 months in a row, I was kind of like getting a little bit better, getting used to it, but I didn't give up. So I didn't want to go back to tampons. I had paid 15 bucks for this little sucker, and I wanted it to work. I was determined to make this work. So come along to the 4th month, and I think maybe the 3rd-ish month, I started doing it like this rather than that weird little thing. So this makes more of a point, and that point does help, for me at least, to get it in. And I still try to just do the twisty thing to open it. Not really sure if I'm opening it or what the frick is going on up there, but the higher you can grab on rather than just grabbing this thing, like literally sticking your fingers up there, really does help to like be able to turn it and maneuver it, especially if it is kind of crooked and uncomfortable. I realize that I just have to not be afraid that I'm gonna push it up too high, not be afraid of anything, not be afraid of my own crotch. So literally just sticking my fingers up there and grabbing it like this helped so much to be able to turn it and adjust it myself. Then when it came to taking it out, I realized the same thing. Rather than trying to grab onto this little thing and like stretching it and not like getting anywhere, I had to be comfortable with myself, stick my fingers up there and just grab it by this and pull it straight out, and it literally made such a difference. I also recommend doing this in the shower. So they say you can just pour it into the toilet and then clear it out in the sink, but for me, I'm way more comfortable taking a shower in the morning and at night when I change it and put it back in, because you don't have to worry about spilling it or anything. You can literally just like pull it out, let it fall out of the cup, rinse it out, wash it with soap, etc. And it's so much easier. And it's better than sitting on a toilet to me if you can like hike your leg up on the side of the tub and do all your business while you're open. So I definitely recommend putting it in and out while you're taking a shower. And you just feel cleaner whenever it's that way. Like, I don't know. Overall, I just think it's better doing it in the shower. Now, I also did read that at night, they don't recommend wearing it because you're laying horizontal, therefore the cup is horizontal and not really letting anything pass through, and it's kind of like shooting everything back up into your uterus. But I honestly like forgot that I read that a few times, and I have slept in this, like just put it right back in, like forgetting that you're not supposed to at night. And then in the morning, I would just take it out like normal, and I never felt weird. I never felt like anything was wrong, so I don't really know how much that actually matters. But I also did buy some like built-in pad underwear. They're not like literally like a diaper or anything. It just has an extra layer just in case you do leak. So I do prefer to wear these whenever I am on my period and wearing this cup. So I'll even wear them like to work or whatever, unless I'm wearing leggings, because they are like regular underwear, not like thong style. So you could see them if I were wearing leggings, which I don't really like to have underwear lines. So yeah, I'd also just like sleep in these underwear at night. They're literally granny panty, high-waisted, but who the frick cares? No one's trying to be all sexy on their period anyways. But I ordered those underwear on Amazon too, and it came in a pack of 2. I know they also have a lot of those brands online. I think there's one called like Thinks or something. I could have made that up. But they're awfully expensive. Again, you would reuse them all the time, but I'm not really one that cares about brands that much unless it does make that big of a difference, or if I have a problem with like a knockoff. So I just ordered a brand called Intimate Portal Women Total Leak Proof underwear. And it was a 2-pack for $25, which was actually cheap for this kind of underwear. And I do wear them every month for 2 days, so I guess it does pay off in the long run. But I'll link both the cup and the underwear down below for you guys in case you're interested in going the tampon-free route, waist-free route, and you want to try out the cup for yourself. And if you ever have any problems or want to talk about it, I'd be happy to talk with you in your experience, or if you wanted help figuring it out or any recommendations. Again, it wasn't easy for me using this for the first 3 months, so don't feel like you're alone if you have a struggle or if you want to give up. I really encourage you to push through the hard times and just figure it out, get comfortable with yourself. I mean, it literally is your own private parts, so you shouldn't feel that weird getting to know yourself. My biggest recommendation is just to feel comfortable in your own body and feel comfortable grabbing it, maneuvering it, playing around with different ways to put it in and take it out, because that's the best way for it to actually feel comfortable and for you to know that it's working and that you're doing it right. And if you've tried for, I don't know, a year or something and it's still not working for you, maybe it's not for everyone. I'm not saying that everyone has to use one of these or anything, but I am saying that I think it's a great thing that they have developed these and that they are great for both our bodies and for the environment. So I'm a huge fan, and I do recommend trying to live more consciously across all aspects of life. And this is just one way for women to do it once a month during their time of the month. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this wasn't too disgusting, I guess. I'm all about girl power and talking openly about things and not being modest, just putting it all out there and talking about it with other women. So that's what I felt like doing today. So hopefully this was helpful if you were wondering about what it's like using one, or if you're considering using one, blah, blah, blah. And feel free to read all the reviews on Amazon. It was very helpful for me as well. Again, I'll have both of those linked below. Shameless plug, I'll also have all of my social media linked below, so feel free to follow me on any of that. And then if you're more comfortable DMing me there instead of commenting on this YouTube, that's totally fine as well. I'm always open to talk to you guys. So thanks again for watching. If you aren't already subscribed, go ahead and push that red button below. I would really, really, really appreciate it, and I'll see you next video. Bye guys.